Good morning, everybody. Today is so exciting, especially for the city of Portsmouth. Couple things. My name is Nestor Mangabat. I'm the fire chief for Portsmouth Fire Rescue and Emergency Services. Just wanted to take a moment to let you know I think there's going to be a couple things that are certain today, unlike the elections. One, we're truly blessed to be here. And the second one is we're all going to know who Portsmouth's deputy chiefs are today. So that's going to be exciting for us. So to the Honorable Mayor, City Council members, also our interim City Manager, Mr. Pace, it's an honor to be here before you. Please just thank you for taking the time out to be out here with us. We're here to celebrate Portsmouth's new deputy chiefs. Both deputy chiefs have demonstrated strong leadership. They have been professionally engaged in fire and EMS industry for many years. And their commitment to serving the community has definitely been astounding. Recently, I've heard many statements being said that now that we have two new deputy chiefs, we probably have the strongest and best administrative team here in the city of Portsmouth and here in Hampton Roads. And I tell you, I really have to believe that. We have a great HR staff that has helped put this recruitment process together, and we were able to recruit the best two people for these positions. So Portsmouth does have the best leadership team, but they also are here to lead the best firefighters and paramedics within Hampton Roads. So Portsmouth Fire and Rescue and Emergency Services, we will continue to improve, become more efficient with our organizational processes, remain fiscally responsible, and continue to do great things in service. But the good thing to say is that it's not all of us that deserves that pat on the back for providing these services. It's to our citizens who really help us attain our goals and to provide that service. Also, the unwavering support from City Council, our city manager, and other city staff. So with that, we're truly grateful, and I'm going to introduce our deputy chiefs. So Deputy Chief Justin Arnold, he started within the city of Portsmouth in March of 2007. He's a graduate of the 39th Southside Regional Fire Academy. He was appointed to Deputy Chief on October 19th and will oversee the fire and EMS operations. He will also have close watch over E911 communications, and he also will serve as overseeing our Fire Marshal's office. Deputy Chief Arnold brings a diverse knowledge of fire department operations. In his career, he has served in operations, EMS, training, emergency management, and the Fire Marshal's office, to which he made significant administrative and operational changes to better provide service to our community and region. He holds a bachelor's degree in occupational safety and health and a master's degree in public administration from Bellevue University. Additionally, Chief Arnold is a 2017 graduate of the Executive Fire Officer Program at the National Fire Academy. He is a native of Virginia Beach, where he lives with his wife Celine and two daughters, Madeline and Charlotte. And in his spare time, he is an avid ice hockey fan and spends his time playing the sport and coaching local hockey programs. So that is Deputy Chief Justin Arnold. Deputy Chief Julian Williamson, he was hired on November 2nd, 2020. He was appointed to serve as the Deputy Chief of Support Services. He is a lifelong resident of the city of Portsmouth. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserves from 1985 to 1993. While a reservist, Deputy Chief Williamson served in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm and was awarded several decorations for his military service. He holds a bachelor's degree in fire administration from Columbia Southern University. He was promoted through the ranks with Norfolk Fire and Rescue. Deputy Chief Williamson has 8 years' experience as a battalion chief. He spent time in administration and in operations. And by the way, if you've watched the news in the past, Deputy Chief Julian Williamson was the PIO over in the city of Norfolk. So he's had a lot of face time with the news and giving reports for Norfolk Fire and Rescue. So he brings experience as a hiring manager for the Norfolk Fire Rescue. He spearheaded the department's recruitment, selection, and onboarding of newly hired firefighters. He served in fire training. He was the program manager for the self-contained breathing apparatus program, managed several internal promotional processes, and he rose through the ranks from fire lieutenant, fire captain, and battalion chief, and we're grateful to have him over here with us as a deputy chief. So with that, he's also managed the budget for the Office of Public Affairs and Recruitment, served on the command staff, and assisted with emergency management planning and coordination. So his stellar record with Norfolk Fire and Rescue, his leadership experience, his willingness to serve the community, and compassion for others are just a few traits he will bring to the city of Portsmouth. So with that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our mayor, Mayor Rowe. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I would like to make a couple of introductions. First, introduce Councilman Bill Moody. Bill is our most senior and experienced and tenured. 3 decades of service on City Council. And Councilwoman Elizabeth Simmons, who's retiring this year after several decades of service to Portsmouth. Gray hair. But I especially also want to introduce Deborah White, our city clerk, one of the most important key persons in the entire city of Portsmouth. And if social distancing was not in place, I'd give her a hug right here and embarrass her. So here's a virtual hug. She is so important to City Council, but to the whole organization. And thank you, Deborah, for everything that you do in your team. Chief, you said that strong leadership. Leadership is something that you are not born with, you learn. And you heard the bio of these 2 new deputy chiefs, and they're examples of lifelong learning. The fire services is one of those awesome services where you have to learn to stay current. And once you join the profession as a firefighter, you start a lifestyle of service. That's epitomized every day in what you do in saving lives and protecting property. But in order to advance, you have to learn. And so I want to emphasize what you said, Chief, about strong leadership. The fact that these 2 firefighters are now deputy chiefs emphasizes that fact. And I have often said that, with all due respect to our neighbors, that we have in the city of Portsmouth the best fire department in all of Hampton Roads and all of Virginia. And you might say, well, John, I expect you to say that. You should be a little bit biased. But I can tell you that I have been, through my professional career, associated with 14 different fire departments and their leadership. Bar none, this is the best. And it's because of the leadership that we have in our department. People who care. people who care about what they do, people who care about their teammates, people who live by the mantra that at the end of the day, everybody goes home. Everybody goes home. And so congratulations to our new deputy chiefs. Congratulations, Chief, to bringing this process to a close and starting the department on the continued course of being the best in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you.
Deputy Chief Justin Arnold and his wife will now come forward. Sir, if you would please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible and repeat after me. I, in your name,
I, Justin Arnold,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
and perform all the duties
and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as Deputy Fire Chief
as Deputy Fire Chief
of the City of Portsmouth,
of the City of Portsmouth,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Please congratulate me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Chief Julian Williamson, if you and your wife would please come forward. If you would please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible and repeat after me. I, in your name,
I, Julian Williamson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
and perform all the duties
and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as Deputy Fire Chief
as Deputy Fire Chief
of the City of Portsmouth,
of the City of Portsmouth,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay. Guess what we get to do? We get to hear from our new deputy chiefs. So come on up. Who wants to go first?
Please.
Okay.
I'll make this kind of short and sweet. First of all, I'm excited about coming back to my city to serve. Just been serving the public all my life, from the military to Norfolk Fire Rescue, being over there 30 years, and now coming over here, starting a career of service in this lovely city of Portsmouth. And I promise to do my best. And as I told the chief on the interview, you will have me 24/7 for your service.
Thank you. And first, I'm going to thank Mr. Mayor, members of council, Mr. Pace. Thank you for taking your time out today. The families for Chief Williamson, and of course, the backbone of the organization. We all have a job to do. It's going to be a seamless transition. The ship has been upright. We just now have to push the sails of progress forward. So we have a lot of work to do, a lot of things to make better, and we're not going to do that, staying idle. So I think we're all on the same page of, we're going to keep pushing and we're going to work harder than we have before, which is hard to say after emergency management. I think that was the hardest I've worked ever. So I'm up to the challenge. I know Chief Julian is, and we're ready to work. So I appreciate it.
If I may take a moment of personal privilege and present our new chiefs with a token of this day. It's the city seal. And please, when you look at that, think about the fact that you have taken on an awesome responsibility, which you well deserve. You're leading the best of the best. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Rowe. All right. Guess the only thing left is pictures. So thank you very much.